The art of sharing frees you. No question, sharing frees you from blockages. Blockages come from the past, the imagined past, the past as you saw it and felt it, true or not. You were born from heaven. The state of heaven has no blocks. Earth, however, sets up plenty of blocks. On earth, you may store house blocks and hold on to them, hesitant to be without the brace of them. Life on earth is about removing restraints. Life opens you up to greater expression and greater realization. A sense of discomfort in sharing comes from fear huddled on earth. What are you afraid of? Restraint from sharing, for any reason you conjure, comes from fear of something. What are you afraid of? Loss of protection from what? Fear that someone somehow somewhere will take advantage of you? What fears do you hold close, lest you are left bereft? You do not have to be all things to all people. You want to be the sovereign of your own life. You want to go by your own heart. You are living your life. If you feel you have to hang on, you will hoard and stint. You want to be sure you have enough. You don't want to live life unwillingly. You don't want to live from obligation, for obligation doesn't feel good to you. I gave you free will. If your heart isn't fully in a decision you make, then you are living life from obligation. You are not a bad guy. You are a growing human being. This is your choice and your decision. You don't want to pretend a generosity of heart that you don't feel. It may be hard for you to differentiate between responsibility and obligation. There are people who can give with love more freely than some others are able at present to allow. A decision from their hearts to give just can't rise spontaneously right now. They find themselves like this. They may well want to feel differently, but they don't, and they don't force themselves. There are other hearts that come forward to give a half a loaf of bread or a whole loaf. They are adept at it. There are those who can give away their own limited food to someone who may need it more. And they feel no worry with this. They live by the hip, so to speak. They find themselves their brothers and sisters' keepers, and they are glad and grateful. Giving comes more easily. Giving came to be happiness. Givingness reaches them as an award on their behalf. Their giving is a double blessing. Giving feels the same as receiving. Love is on the rise. No one wants generosity to be a forced attempt. No one wants giving to be an act separate from their heart. No one wants generosity to be a strenuous exercise. You want generosity to be your truth. At present, something within may get in your way. It will release. You won't always feel stiffness of heart. You don't have to justify your decisions to anyone. Your life is not to be based on applause from others any more than it is to be based on criticism from others. True generosity is based on a trust you may not yet recognize. Intend to become more secure, and you will begin to feel more secure until you get the hang of it, until you are at a place where you love to give true generosity of heart. Intend to be generous, and generosity will unfold itself. Generosity is a knack you come to. You have been harboring stifled generosity for a long time. Generosity will find its way to burst from you. You will find generosity your calling. Oneness will arise.